Hi everyone, I'm home. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a beautiful week here in Indiana. I mean, the weather's been spectacular, but today it's been raining, which is fine because we needed it. But I'm sitting on my porch and you're going to hear some rain here in a minute. It just stopped, but it's going to break out and I may even have to stop this video. But I wanted to take you guys on a little trip to Danville Gardens. I showed you in a previous video their new pop-up building that they built, and I went there the other day with my nephew Brad and we walked all around all day. Now look at this hanging basket. I think that we figured this thing was about 12 feet in circumference. It was huge. I don't even know how they got all those together in one pot to hang from that thing. It was magnificent. And then these are the flowers that go all along the building in window boxes, all across the front. These are what's left of their summertime flowers, but they had plenty of fall stuff. They had such beautiful displays. I bet Brad and I walked around for 25-30 minutes looking at all these flowers. Everything was just so beautiful. They have the multicolored mums. Someone the other day had some called candy corn mums, where they had white, orange, and yellow mums all together. And they had tons of pumpkins. As far as your eye could see, there was pumpkins and mums and beautiful arrangements. It was just beautiful. They had pretty displays. All of their pumpkins and gourds were really different. I thought these white ones were neat. I used to not like these, but in the last few years, I've been noticing them in arrangements, and they're starting to grow on me. So I bought a small white pumpkin to put in one of my displays. And then, of course, the ornamental pumpkins. Now, I'm more traditional. I like the bigger, rounder pumpkins, the Cinderella pumpkins, I think they call them. Or maybe they call these Cinderella. I don't know. I've heard them all called different things. And then these were the blue pumpkins. And they had all these pretty little different varieties of sunflowers and daisies. It was just beautiful. And there were so many bees and butterflies flying around and hummingbirds. Oh my gosh, tons of hummingbirds. And it just got me thinking how much I love fall. And this, look at that. It's just gorgeous. It's just really God's gift to us to have fall. I mean, everything's God's gift to us, but fall is just an extra treat. I think it's like the cherry on top. I just love it. And I wanted you guys to see all of their varieties. And this is just their pop-up store. They have can you imagine what their big store looks like? If I can get down there, I'll get a picture of that for you before fall's over. So I went down a huge rabbit hole the other night. I couldn't go to sleep, so I got on YouTube and my videos kept popping up. So I started watching some of the old ones. I have like 72 videos now. And I was surprised at how much was in these videos that I had forgotten about, like my gardening and some recipes that I'd made. It just made me realize that a lot of the people that are just joining into my channel have missed a lot. So I hope you guys go back and watch some of those. One of my most popular videos was called Fall is Calling. And I want you guys to see that because I'm looking at it and thinking, man, that's really pretty. But these baskets will go on my little fall tree. I'd been collecting them for years and years. They go on my little Christmas tree too, my nature tree. I've made that little tree be all kinds of trees. And my little Halloween books that I tuck into my trees. And that's the little plastic copper piece that I always put on my fall tree, which I'm going to be getting out in a few weeks and put out. I'm too busy right now. That's the little rusty grater that my friend Sherry gave me to put on my trees. And my little junk mail angel that I made out of paper scraps. She's on my fall tree and my Christmas tree. And then she'll be getting out of the box pretty soon. She's all wrapped up and in the box. And this is a little postcard that I tucked into my tree. And some old pictures. And I had forgotten about this stuff. Of course, when I get my box out and start doing it, I'll see them. But I'm excited. I couldn't believe how I couldn't remember what was in the videos. This is a little pumpkin recipe book that I got from my friend Mary and her store last year. And her store, unfortunately, had to close. And we really miss it. And then I was telling you last year in my fall video that I like to put different recipe books and cookbooks out on my counter. And I'll be getting my fall recipe books out, the ones that look like fall. But right now I have Nancy Noel's which I think looks like a summertime book, but this is my favorite fall book, and it's about apples. And you can get all these books still on Amazon. Joy and Simplicity by Nancy Noel is what I have out there now. And several of you told me that you ordered this book and that you really liked it. I haven't been talking about books too much lately, but I will start again. And if you didn't see my video called Frightening Fun and you have kids or grandkids, you really need to go watch it. It's the one where I took the plastic dollhouse, like a Fisher-Price dollhouse, and I spray painted it black, put all different kinds of colors on it, gray, kind of a mustard color, just anything. And I grunged it up for Halloween and used little pieces of cardboard to make keep out signs. And Dollar Tree still has those little skeletons. They're about 5 inches tall, and you can kind of break their bones and lay bones around in different places. And you don't have to do skeletons. If the kids would be scared of that, you can use pumpkins and ghosts. I almost said mums. You could put mums out there too. And I just took dirt and spices like cinnamon, rocks. I just put a bunch of glue on there and threw all that stuff on there and lit it up, and I set it in my living room. And it's really fun. We enjoy it, and we don't have any kids at home or grandkids, but it's a lot of fun. And you can just take some dried weeds and crumble up some leaves in your hand and sprinkle that on the glue, and it just looks really spooky and haunted. Now, I found this at Dollar Tree the other day. It's a big plastic bowl with spiders on it, and I thought that would look really neat elevated. So I got this little cup that they had. It's got a straw in it, and it's a little skeleton head. And I took the cap off, and I filled the inside of it with rocks, and took the straw completely out. And then I glued that onto the top, the bowl, and it makes the cutest little trick-or-treat bowl. And if you don't want to use a skeleton, I didn't see any pumpkins, but I know you can buy little plastic pumpkins and you could glue that to it. And it just made a really cute little fall treat. So let's look at fruit plates. Oh my gosh, I could look at fruit plates and dishes all day long. I love them. And they look so pretty in the fall. And you guys told me last year that these were called gooseberries. They're kind of a translucent colored little berry. I've never seen any in real life. But here's some gooseberries that are kind of a gold shade, kind of gold and orange. And these plates, I love the way they look kind of flow on the edge, like flow blue, only they're kind of like flow green. And I just love my fruit plates. They look so beautiful in the fall. I leave them out all year, most of them. But some of them have a fall look to them, so I get them out. And this one looks really fall-like. And it's kind of got a flowed design on the edge. And this one has peaches on it, but it's a fall color, and it looks really nice in the fall. And then, of course, this one was the one I got when I went with my friend Sherry to the Covered Bridge Festival, and everything was so expensive in that antique store. And I spotted this flow blue plate across the room with fruit on it for $5. And not only do I love the plate, but every time I look at that plate, it reminds me of the fun day I had with Sherry at the Covered Bridge. So I don't know. I think too much sometimes, I think. But this is a bowl I have that has cherries all around the edge and some in the middle. And I forgot to take a picture of the whole bowl. But it's really pretty. And then this is the one I picked up a few weeks ago at Salvation Army. And this is one that I think was my grandma's. I have so many fruit plates and bowls, I can't remember. But this one's got apples and pears. And look at those leaves. They look so real. They don't take the time to make designs like that, like they did back in those days, and I just love them. Then I'm out in my store the other day knocking down cobwebs and doing a little cleaning, and I saw this strawberry bowl with gooseberries, and I thought, what's that doing out there? That belongs in the house. So I took it back in the house. I have a sickness, you guys. I really do. And then this is a chimney cover, flue cover, they call them, that I got from my friend Linda Kiger's store a couple years ago, and I just love it. It's got apples, and I think that one's a pomegranate, maybe. Maybe they're both apples. And then my man's chapel plate. I have 3 of those now, and I keep one in the bathroom because I'm running out of space to put them, and I just love them. And then there's my 99-cent painting that is like a reproduction that has the copper and the grapes, and I just love it. And then I'm in the free bin the other day, and I couldn't believe this celery dish was in there. Look at this beautiful celery dish. Nothing wrong with it. No chips, no cracks, no chigger bites, nothing. It's perfect. I loved it so much I went ahead and set it out instead of putting it away for fall. But I was noticing this little rose down here in the left-hand corner has a little black dot, and I thought it was a stain, but I looked closer and it's a manufacturing defect. That's all it is. But it's so beautiful. I love it. And I couldn't believe it was in the free bin. I'd like to have a whole set of dishes like that. Now, I want to tell you, I've always told you about books and channels I like. I want to tell you about my beautiful friend Lisa, who's a very talented artist, and I'm sharing some of her art with you. This is called The Artist. It's one of my favorites that she's ever done, but I tell Lisa that all of her paintings are my favorites because they are. I can't make up my mind which one I like the best. She is so fabulous, and she's just as beautiful as her art. She's fantastic. Maybe one of these days I'll have her on here. And this one just gets me every time. She does a lot of portraits, and to me they look like photographs. I showed one to my dad one time, and he said, "Who's that a picture of?" And I said, "That's a painting that Lisa did." Now, fall's getting here. The tomatoes and everything are about done. The leaves will soon be turning. And I'm so excited. I've got so many projects, and I've got something exciting to tell you guys in the next few videos. And I want you to join me on Instagram, MarcyJoe631, and we can chat there, and you can see what's going on my channel. And I love you guys so much, and I want to thank you. And please like and subscribe, because there's some big things coming up for my channel, and I don't want you to miss them.